Hello, and we are back. We are now comparing Bruno Guimaraes or Kimmich for Manchester City and, well, obviously Manchester City a team, how they would play and stuff. You're probably here because you got redirected from my Daniel Olmo video. If you aren't and you're completely new here, please like and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, let's just get straight into it because, again, I can't make a video about just Daniel. There was too little to talk about. So yeah, obviously Kimmich and Bruno Guimaraes are both coming in as Rodri replacements. And I will not talk about the rest of the team yet. You guys, I don't care. You'll get different signings to back you up, right? So this has nothing to do with the rest of the team. This is solely focusing on Rodri and these two, which is better and stuff. So first of all, what would they need to do when they come into this team? I've already done a Rodri video, so this might be a bit of repetition for those who haven't seen that, but Rodri is suffering from complete overwork. He has been overexhausted. We are no longer talking about resting a player, we are talking about active recovery. We are no longer talking about a player that needs to be rested for 10 games in a season. We are talking about a player that will probably spend the first half of the season in recovery, playing a minimal amount of games. So, with that said, we need a player who is good enough, experienced enough, and capable not only to rest Rodri in the second half of the season when he might be fully fit again, but also to play in the first half of the season, probably half or maybe even more of the games as a starter, and still keep us within a point range in which we can win the Premier League season. So, first let me take Kimmich. Kimmich, and don't worry about the numbers by the way, Kimmich, he has played under Pep Guardiola before, but that was a very different system. Whenever people say, oh yeah, Kimmich knows Pep's system, he knew a Pep system. Pep Guardiola's football is very different from what it was at Barcelona or Bayern München. I would say that Pep Guardiola as a tactical manager at Barcelona is the best I have ever seen. I think Pep Guardiola at Manchester City is only a little bit above average as a tactical manager. So, I absolutely do not think that you can really say, oh yeah, Kimmich has played under Pep before, so he knows exactly what he is doing. That is just not true. The box midfield, which is something new that Pep Guardiola did, probably the best, most ingenious thing he has done since he came to Manchester City, is completely different from anything that Kimmich has ever played under. So, just because he has played under Pep before, it doesn't mean he will immediately get the gist of it. But what Kimmich does have is less potential, more ability. Bruno Guimaraes has more potential to evolve to become a more Rodri-like player. Kimmich has no potential. Once you reach like 26, 27 years old, you have no more potential. You are the player you will always be when you're at that point. So Kimmich has no potential, but in my opinion, take Rodri out of this team, put Kimmich in, we can trust on Kimmich to survive that first half of the season until Rodri comes back. And not only do we have that, once Rodri comes back, Kimmich can go into this right back position for Walker. So let's say Walker is injured and we don't want to overplay Akanji, right? Because where is Akanji? I don't see him anymore. I'm blind. He is right here. So we don't want to overplay Akanji either, right? So Akanji will be playing as a centre back and as a right back. Walker will be playing as a right back. Kimmich will be playing as a right back and as a defensive midfielder. What this allows us to do is, first of all, they all provide something different as right backs. Walker is fully focused on defense right when he's a right back. Going forward, he is terrible. Akanji, he's also focused on defense, but he's a bit different from Walker. He can step a bit into midfield. He can do a bit more. He can allow you to rotate maybe a bit more through midfield. He can maybe play the ball out a bit better than Walker does. And then Kimmich, he's a player that can play as a defensive fullback, but he can also go forwards. So all three of these, they provide something completely different. And at the same time, you have your backup for Rodri. And, come on, let me select this. And what does Bruno Guimaraes then do? Well, let's compare it. Kimmich out of the team, Akanji out as well, Walker back in. And Bruno Guimaraes, he's not going to play in his right back spot. He just isn't. But what Bruno Guimaraes is going to do is, first of all, he's going to come into the team and he's immediately going to have the question mark. Can you do Rodri's job for the first half of the season? Well, can you or can you not? That's a big question. Kimmich can. I believe he can. I don't know if Bruno Guimaraes can. But there is something that I'm sure about Bruno Guimaraes. I'm sure that in 3 or 4 years, Bruno Guimaraes will be a better player than Kimmich ever was. Or well, I'm pretty sure if he gets on the Pep at least. I'm pretty sure that Bruno Guimaraes has a potential that is way higher than Kimmich's. I'm pretty sure that Bruno Guimaraes is a long-term signing that will benefit us in the long term. So, when we are talking about do you want Kimmich or do you want Bruno Guimaraes, the question we are asking you is, do you want 2 seasons with a good backup DM, or do you want your future DM already at the club? And that's the question I'll leave over to you guys. I don't think there's too much to talk about here technically because we are solely talking about our Rodri backup. And at the end of the day, the defensive midfielder role is terribly simple and terribly complex at the same time. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? You are a pivot, and I'm not going to bore you with the basic tactics. I assume if you watch my videos, you know basic footballing tactics. So, yeah, I'll leave it over to you. Tell me down below what you think about Bruno Guimaraes or Kimmich. Do you think we need to sign Kimmich? Do you think we need to sign Bruno Guimaraes? Is it possible to sign Kimmich and buy Bruno Guimaraes later? I don't think so, because Bruno G is going to have to leave Newcastle this season, I believe. And yeah, with that said, thank you for watching the video to the end. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.